이거 뭔 질문이냐? 진짜 사람들 이래. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel, 꿈꿉니다 영어회화. Now that the previous video we talked about mostly and how to learn English and based on personal experience, today, following that topic, let's talk about foreign experiences in Canada and Indonesia? Malaysia. And let's get started. Is there any difference when it comes to learning English between Canada and Indonesia, where you spent 2 years for each two countries?
In Malaysia, English is the official language. So
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
A lot of companies that use English. So there are a lot of people who try to immigrate to Malaysia or Vietnam or Philippines.
Does Vietnam also take English as an official language?
I'm not sure about that, but for at least Malaysia, their official language is English. They also have their own language. It's called Bahasa. Since the English is their official language, quite a lot of people can speak English. However, they don't use perfect English.
Okay.
They just throw out words, simple words, just to communicate. When you travel around East South Asia, Vietnam or Thailand, you go to night market, right? And they don't use perfect English. They were just like come, and like this is how much, this is how much, this is cheap, this is cheap. They're just like using simple English. But if you go to like international school or other settings that use like a lot of English, then they use quite good English. And for Canada, they have their own slangs. They put a lot of A. This is good A, like that kind of stuff. That kind of slang.
What do you mean by A?
Like, isn't it? It means isn't it? This is good, isn't it? Like this is good A. Just like that. They have their own slang, but pretty much the same with states.
Between two countries you have experienced before, which country do you think is better to learn English?
Canada is better, but Malaysia is cheaper.
Okay. How much cheaper is that?
Let's compare the price of the meal. If you wanna have just a meal in Canada, you have to at least pay $10 or $12.
So how much is it in Korean?
Like 12,000. You have to at least pay 12,000. But then in Malaysia, if you have 5,000, it's more than enough. By just comparing the meals, it has a lot of difference. But when it gets to like rent and other like tuition fee, it gets way more.
So is there any specific reason why you think that Canada is better to learn English than Malaysia, other than price issue?
More people use proper English. Like I said before, in Malaysia, you just like throw out words in a normal setting. Not if you're not in international school or if you don't attend college, people around you might use just like simple English, and then the environment wouldn't help you speaking English.
This question might sound a little bit ridiculous, but which country do you send your future kids if you have in the future too? Or would you just make them study in Korea?
I would send my children to Canada when they were like in elementary school for just about 2 years, and then make them come back. When you're young, without trying, you learn how to absorb things. You know, just get comfortable with using English. I think, and that's the most important thing in learning something. You just get over some kind of hurdle, and then after that, it's kind of comes natural. Just like for us, when you speak Hmingjeong, I mean, like when you speak Korean, you don't really like analyze it by word to word, or you break it down into like grammar. When you see somebody use like some kind of joke, I'm like, oh, they use the joke like this. I just wanna make them to get over that hurdle. So that's why I want to send my children to Canada for like 2 years and then make them come back.
Okay, now we are looking at the questionnaires and answers he put in, but he didn't answer this question. But just let us try to answer this question. From my perspective, people in Korea tend to prefer Canadian teachers to Filipino ones when they take, let's say, 전화영어. Could you take a guess why Koreans or probably other English learners prefer Canadian or American tutors to Asian tutors who must be also very good at speaking English?
If it's just a 전화 영어 or just like a tutoring, I think it doesn't matter if it were like Canadian teacher or Filipino ones. It just depends on how good they are at teaching. I don't think there are too much difference.
Alright, he put as an answer. 이거 뭔 질문이냐? 진짜 사람들 이래. Aside from English, what gave you hard time, struggle when you stay in Canada and Malaysia as well?
For me, it was money.
Money.
Yeah.
But you didn't earn money. It's
Well,
your father.
Yeah, it's my dad's money, but I know how much he has to pay.
Oh, okay.
I saw the tuition fee, and I was like, whoa, that's off the chart. I went to university in Canada. I could compare my tuition fee with like other Canadians. I was paying 10 times more.
10 times?
Yeah, 10 times more than them. By watching my dad paying the tuition fee, I felt sorry and I got worried too.
Did you happen to any student loan or student debt you have to pay off for yourself later in the future?
Not really, because I only attended for 2 years, and then I came back. One of the reasons I came back to Korea was the tuition fee. It was too much.
Have you ever regretted going abroad? If you could have decided whether you went out or not, you have made decision not going abroad but just staying in Korea?
I do not necessarily regret going abroad. I sometimes daydream about what would have happened if I stayed. I had a good memories in studying abroad, even though I had some hard times. So I don't regret it.